defense request for the immediate and unconditional release of Mr. Duterte is moot.
Tonight's headlines. Vice President Sara Duterte given travel authority as House resumes hearing on impeachment complaints.
Central Bank sets relief measures for PUV drivers and operators with existing loans.
Peace talks between Iran and United States delayed after Iran refuses to attend.
And Chinese robot beats humans in half marathon. All these and more here on 13 News.
Good evening, I am William Thio. We are bringing you the day's top stories that shape the country, straightforward, clear, and concise.
I'm Angela C. Under one flag with 3 mandates to inform, explain, and empower the nation. This is
13 News. The International Criminal Court has affirmed its jurisdiction over the case against former President Rodrigo Duterte after rejecting the defense's appeal arguments.
This ruling clears the way for the court to move forward with deciding whether the charges against him will be formally confirmed. Eugene Fernandez reports.
That the defense has failed to show how the pretrial chamber erred in finding that the
International Criminal Court has affirmed its jurisdiction over the case against former President Rodrigo Duterte. The appeals chamber by majority rejected the defense's 4 arguments on the appeal. The court said it retains jurisdiction over alleged crimes committed in the Philippines between November 2011 and March 2019, when the country was still a member of the Rome Statute. This means
that the defense request for the immediate and unconditional release of Mr. Duterte is moot. The appeals chamber may confirm, reverse, or amend the decision appealed.
Judges emphasized that allowing a state to withdraw after alleged crimes emerge would undermine the court's mandate to end impunity for the most serious international offenses, and that withdrawal remains a sovereign right but must follow clear legal limits. Duterte is facing allegations of crimes against humanity linked to his controversial war on drugs. He was surrendered to the ICC in March 2025 and has since undergone initial proceedings, including a confirmation of charges hearing. Now the appeals chamber's ruling clears the way for the case to move to the next stage, as the court determines whether the charges against the former president will be formally confirmed. Eugene Fernandez, IBC News.
Meanwhile, tonight, the palace has approved the travel authority of Vice President Sara Duterte, allowing her to travel abroad for 22 days. Executive Secretary Ralph Recto confirmed that VP Sara's travels will start tomorrow until May 15. VP Sara will travel to the Netherlands, South Korea, Belgium, Germany, and United Kingdom. Based on VP Sara's request, her foreign travels will be done while on leave of absence at no cost to the government. House lawmakers are raising questions about Vice President Sara Duterte's financial disclosures during today's impeachment hearing. A report shows billions in transactions involving her and her husband, prompting calls for a closer look at her sal-ends. IBC News correspondent Earl Tobias has more.
Lawmakers expressed disbelief after the Office of the Ombudsman confirmed that VP Sara Duterte did not declare any cash on hand in her SALENS from 2019 to 2024. Representative Joel Shua even asked the Ombudsman to double-check whether the VP truly declared no cash on hand or bank deposits in her SALENS during those years.
Kahit 5 po?
Wala pong nakalagay, Your Honor.
Wow.
Questions also emerged regarding the consistency of the Vice President's declarations after a report from the Anti-Money Laundering Council showed that a total of 6.7 billion pesos move through financial transactions involving the Vice President and her husband, Mans Carpio, from 2006 to 2025. According to Public Accounts Committee Chairperson Terry Ridon, these figures are nowhere near the net worth declared by the Vice President in her SALENS. For one, Ridon pointed out that in 2007, the VP declared a net worth of just 7 million pesos. Yet more than 200 million pesos in transactions were reported to the AMLAC. In 2009, her declared net worth was 18.8 million pesos, but her bank transactions exceeded 700 million pesos.
Yung mismong report, ang pinanggagalingan po nito ay yung bangko mismo. Sila ang nagre-report sa AMLAC. At ang nakakapagtaka po, Madam Chair, para yatang hindi nagtutugma yung kwento sa kwenta. Mas malaki po yung nai-report ng AMLAC at ng mga bangko sa AMLAC kaysa sa dun sa lumalabas sa SALN.
VP Sara has previously said she is prepared to face the allegations should the complaint against her proceed to an impeachment trial in the Senate and if her bank records were obtained through legal means. Senate President Tito Soto earlier said that the Senate will act forthwith on the impeachment case once it is formally transmitted. Earl Tobias, IBC News.
As rising oil prices persist, the Department of Trade and Industry is supporting the shift to electric-powered vehicles through its e-transport loan program. At the same time, the free rides are still running to give commuters relief. IBC correspondent Patrick Gupal has the story.
From fuel to electric vehicles, transport groups and industry players say this is the right solution to recurring oil crisis. For years, EV companies have been pushing for a gradual shift away from fuel-dependent public transport.
The government doing this and supporting this is such a big deal. This is the right long-term solution.
To support this, the Department of Trade and Industry has launched an e-transport loan program for TNVS drivers. It comes with competitive interest rates at just 1% per month or 6.7% per year. The program will initially cover TNVS drivers with plans to expand to taxis, buses, jeepneys, and motorcycles. Applications can be made through the SB Corp Money app or its website.
Let's say nahirapan sila mag-apply online, the regional offices and the negotiation centers can assist them. And they can also go to the SB Corp office para i-assist sila.
While the shift to e-transport is underway, immediate relief remains in place for commuters. Free rides provided by government agencies continue to operate amid the ongoing transport strike. One of the beneficiaries is 65-year-old commuter Ellen Ayala, who avails of free bus rides daily through the Quezon City LGU.
Malamig. Aircon, naka-aircon siya. Ako, nagpapasalamat ako na mayroong ganito. Malaking katipiran sa pamasahe at saka komportableng sakyan.
Similar initiatives are being rolled out by the Office of the President, local government units, and national agencies helping passengers reach their destinations. Patrick Gupo, IBC News.
Meanwhile, the Bangko Sentral ng Pilipinas has issued a memorandum that banks and financial institutions may implement temporary relief measures for public utility vehicle drivers and operators with existing loans. These measures include loan restructuring or payment extensions, temporary delayment of payments or penalties, and the possible reduction or suspension of select bank charges, particularly for online transactions. Within the memorandum, affected PUV drivers and operators are advised to coordinate with their respective banks or lending institutions to avail and comply with the measures.
In the latest development in the Middle East conflict, Trump has extended the ceasefire even though Iran skipped peace talks. Negotiations are now on hold as the U.S. waits for Iran's proposal. CJ Reyes reports.
The second round of U.S.-Iran peace talks has been postponed indefinitely after Iran refused to attend. This forced U.S. Vice President J.D. Vance to cancel his scheduled trip to Pakistan. Despite the stalled negotiations, the U.S. moved forward on a separate track, granting Pakistan's request a ceasefire extension. Pakistan welcomed the move, giving courtesy to U.S. President Donald Trump and expressing hope that the conflict will end. But even as that window for diplomacy opens, the U.S. says a naval blockade will remain in place in the Strait of Hormuz. Iran pushed back, calling the blockade an act of war and a violation of the ceasefire. Despite all this, Iran's UN ambassador says it is still open to talks on one condition.
And that at first they should break the blockade, and after that the next round of the negotiation will take place.
As tensions continue, Trump struck a different tone back home, reading from the Bible,
saying, "There shall not fail you as a man to be ruler in Israel. But if you turn away, then will I pluck them up from the roots out of my land which I have given them."
CJ Reyes, IBC News.
Slovenia expanded its energy partnership with the Philippines through a science-to-business model, linking research and innovation to practical energy infrastructure. Slovenia emphasized that energy efficiency is a key priority and part of its national security strategy, backed by strong government investments in science and research. The Department of Science and Technology highlighted the urgency of building energy resilience amid global crisis, while also pushing for diversified energy sources, as the agency has already funded over 70 renewable energy projects since 2011.
And Slovenia stands ready to cooperate closely with the Philippines through technology sharing, academic collaboration, and public-private partnerships.
Meanwhile, despite the ongoing global economic challenges, the Philippines economy could accelerate this year until the next, according to the United Nations body. Data shows the country's economic growth may reach 5.2% this year, higher than the 4.4% last year. The pace is expected to reach 5.7% in 2027, within the country's official growth goal of 5 to 6%. Meanwhile, the country's inflation might continue to rise if the Middle East conflict will not end soon. But the UN body emphasized that the inflation rate may diminish as the Philippines continues its stronger economic reforms. When we come back, President Marcos Jr. swears in new cabinet officials for regional development and security. More stories coming when we return. This is 13 News.
Flavors worth craving. Stories made to inspire. Restaurant every Friday at 4 p.m. on IBC 13.
What is the big vision here?
Hard-hitting.
Migration is a choice and not a necessity.
The goal of IOM and the goal of the Marcos government is really to make migration a choice. But is that a realistic aspiration, or is it more of like just a positive spin?
Critical.
How did this affect the people in Bahrain?
An OFW has no job security.
In depth. Catch the Commission on Filipinos Overseas Chairman Dante Kling Ang as he uncovers key initiatives shaping public welfare and national development. Chairman's Report, every Friday at 7 p.m.
Yung tinago po nila sa akin, yung bata.
Hindi ko po iuurong yung kaso. Sinabi ko na mamubulok sa kulungan.
Unang-una po, hindi po normal para sa amin yung ganitong buhay.
Sa tuwing may inaapi, kami ang kakampi ng katotohanan at katarungan.
Ito ang programa kung saan laging patas ang batas.
Legally Speaking, tuwing linggo, alas 3 ng hapon.
A motor bangka capsized off Barangay Pag-asa in San Jose Occidental, Mindoro. The Philippine Coast Guard immediately responded and rescued 6 passengers. They were brought to safety with no serious injuries. Investigation continues into what caused the incident. In other news, Justice Acting Secretary Frederick Vida will travel to the Czech Republic tomorrow to fast-track the return of former Congressman Zaldico. President Ferdinand Marcos Jr.
Tomorrow, sir? Tomorrow, yes. Ilang araw po? Ilang araw, sir?
I don't have the details yet, pero tomorrow I'll be flying out.
President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. earlier tasked Vida to lead the effort. Legal options, including possible deportation, are now being studied. So far, Vida has not disclosed who is their counterparts in the Czech Republic. Malacanang earlier assured cause safety upon his return amid reports of alleged death threats.
Tonight, President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. swore in newly designated cabinet officers for regional development and security, along with members of the NTF-LCAC Executive Committee and cluster heads. He then chaired the 9th Executive Committee meeting, where officials reviewed evolving insurgent tactics and assessed key development and reintegration programs. Earlier in the day, the President and First Lady Liza Araneta Marcos joined thousands of devotees in Pangasinan for the 100th anniversary of the canonical coronation of Our Lady of Manaoag. They attended the presentation of the Centennial Crown at the Minor Basilica, which was offered to the Apostolic Nuncio on behalf of the Pope. Michael, the biopic film of the King of Pop, Michael Jackson, premieres in Philippine cinemas today. From the creators of the movie Bohemian Rhapsody, the film captures the story of Jackson's time with the Jackson 5 to his early days as a solo artist. Social media influencer and longtime fan Niana Guerrero hypes up the release of the film and invites fans to watch. Fresh off Coachella, Beanie continues their global appearance at the Grammy music stage. Performing a cappella, the nation's girl group gave a melodic version of Unang Kilig. The group also showed off other hits to promote their newest extended play, Signals. Meanwhile, Beanie is also set to appear at the Billboard's Women in Music as Global Force honoree. They are also nominated alongside SB19 for International Group of the Year at Brazil's SEC Music Awards.
After her glamorous appearance in the Laureus Sports Awards, Filipina tennis star Alex Ayala is currently competing against Russian player Anastasia Pavluchenkova in the Madrid Open tonight. Ayala is looking for a deeper run in this tournament, and she must secure a victory against the former world number 11 Russian player. Ayala will also compete in the Madrid Open doubles tomorrow with her close friend Zeynep Sönmez of Turkey against Taiwanese Chan Hao-ching and Hungarian Fanny Stolar.
Pag-asa has issued an El Nino alert warning of drier weather conditions across the country by June. According to the Weather Bureau, there is a 79% chance El Nino may prevail and is likely to persist until early 2027. As of April, drought is already affecting regions 1, 2, and 3, while dry spells are being felt over Visayas and Mindanao. Northern Luzon has also experienced the highest heat index. However, the habagat season may still bring above normal rainfall to the western region. Amid rising temperatures, Magat Dam has dipped below its normal high water level. Pag-asa said it is not ruling out the likelihood of a stronger or super El Nino to occur before the end of the year. During this period, the agency advised the public to conserve water, maximize rainwater storage, set air conditioning units between 22 to 25 degrees Celsius, and monitor monthly climate advisories issued by Pag-asa. When we come back, a robot outruns humans in a half-race marathon. We have more news updates when we return. This is 13 News.
Balitang nakala.
Mamulat ng kanyang mga si Presidente at si
Binantayan. Sinuri. Nilatag at inihayag. 13 sa tanghali. Kasama sina Greg Gregorio, Naj Miravalles at Zai Chua. 13 sa tanghali sa ganap na alauna dito sa IBC 13. Flavors worth craving. Stories made to inspire. Restaurant every Friday at 4 p.m. on IBC 13.
Welcome back to the program. Beijing holds a robot versus humans half-marathon race. Around 300 advanced humanoid robots competed against 12,000 racers in the 12-kilometer race. One robot outpaced everyone, even beating the world record by just 7 minutes. The winning robot was developed by Chinese smartphone company Honor. Speaking of marathon races, videos of a Boston Marathon runner went viral after fellow racers helped him pick up his pace. The world's oldest annual marathon held its 130th run last Monday in Boston. Videos show a runner suffering cramps mid-race, going viral after receiving help from fellow runners. The crowd cheered in awe at the unexpected camaraderie shared among the runners.
Here are the results of the 9 p.m. draws from the PCSO. For the Mega Lotto 645, the winning numbers are 10, 37, 11, 43, 18, and 15 with a jackpot prize of 37,882,500 594 pesos and 88 centavos. For the Grand Lotto 655, the winning combination is 30, 43, 51, 44, 46, and 32, with a jackpot prize of 62,292,600 pesos and 8 centavos. For the 4D Lotto, the winning combination in exact order is 3, 7, 9, and 1. For the 3D Lotto, the winning numbers are 5, 0, and 8. And finally, for the 2D Lotto draw, the winning numbers are 24 and 16. There are no winners for the Mega Lotto 645 and Grand Lotto 655. Good news for PUV drivers. Starting tomorrow, April 23, public utility bus operators or their authorized representative can claim fuel subsidies at the Quezon City office. Beneficiaries are advised to bring all required documents to ensure a faster and smoother release of financial assistance. The full list of beneficiaries is posted on the LTFRB's official Facebook page.
Also tomorrow, skywatchers will be in for a treat as Pi Cupid meteor shower peaks across the sky. Stargazers may get the best view from midnight until dawn. Meanwhile, early that same morning, the Moon and Jupiter will appear in close proximity with a conjunction at 6:04 a.m. and their closest approach at 7:13 a.m. What a treat that's going to be.
Yes, there's so many galactic things happening from in the night sky, from eclipse to this. It's amazing. These are things this year we're in for a lot of interesting things and phenomenons.
I agree.
Yes. And of course, it's nice to be able to experience them firsthand. I should really get a telescope.
Me too. That's exactly what I was thinking.
Yes. Okay. And those were the latest from the IBC Newsroom this evening.
We'll continue to monitor the stories that matter and bring you updates as they develop. I'm Angela C.
And I'm William Thio. This is 30 News. Good night, everyone.